and welcome to my end of summer book haul. It's been a while since I've done a book haul, to the point now where my tote bag is absolutely heaving with books. So it's about time I did a book haul so I can finally empty this bag and get all of it onto my shelves. So let's get into this book haul. First things first is Carrie Hope Fletcher's The Double Trouble Society and The Worst Curse. This is the second book in the Double Trouble Society series, which is following young girls Maggie and Ivy in the town of Crowwood Park, where essentially spooky magical things happen with the help of their two friend witches, who are Amethyst and Emerald. I've already read this one. I gave it 4 stars. I absolutely loved it, and it was just a perfect sort of quick spooky read to get me into the mood for autumn, all the rest of it. And it is also the perfect book to give to younger children who are just getting into spooky things and getting into like reading by themselves, this kind of thing. This is the perfect book to give them this time of year. It is so much fun. It is fully illustrated, as you can see. Give me a second. Here it's illustrated at the front of every single chapter, and then also the under the dust jacket art is just fun. It's a bat. I absolutely love that, and it's just a cute fun time. It's a really cute fun time. I had a really good time reading it. Like I said, it was a 4-star read. There was also Strange Academy Volume 4 Finals. This is the final one, being written by Skottie Young in this series, and this is following young magic users of the Marvel Universe as they attend Strange Academy, which was set up by the older Marvel characters who are magic users, so like Doctor Strange, Brother Voodoo, Wanda Maximoff, Illyana Rasputin, Wong, people like this. And they are trying to train the younger generation, but unfortunately some things have gone wrong, and this was a really good time. I really liked how it sort of brought the whole story together in the end. I did really enjoy the artwork in here. It's also really nice. I'm really excited to like see where this is going to go next. I am going to miss Skottie Young's work on this, but I'm still excited to see where this series is going to go next under a new writer, this kind of thing, and I gave it 4 stars. There is also Bite Risk by S.J. Wills, and this one is all about a town where everybody turns into a werewolf one night a month, and a group of friends who have to try and sort of like stay alive essentially for one of those nights. It says that this is supposed to be for fans of Skulduggery Plaza, which I very much am. So I'm very excited to see how it holds up compared to Skulduggery, and if it is going to work for me as well as Skulduggery does, if it's going to be like a new favourite series or something. But either way, I'm very excited to read it for Gothtober, because the theme this year is creature feature, and this is all about werewolves, so definitely a creature feature. And then also, can we just appreciate the sprayed edges here, because they look like they've been like torn, which I really love. The other ends look like this, but that's just the middle bit. Either way, very excited to read this one and see what I think about it. And then everything else in this bag has all been sent via Waypoint Books Full Moon subscription service. If you do not know what that is, I was a rep for Waypoint Books for the last 3 months, and the Full Moon subscription service is one of Waypoint's subscription boxes. Essentially there's 2 of them. There's Full Moon and Half Moon. With Full Moon you are sent 2 books every single month. With Half Moon you are sent 1. So for Half Moon and Full Moon you are sent a list of 3 books based on your taste every single month, and you pick one of them and Hannah sends you that 1 book. Then with Full Moon subscriptions, Hannah will also send you a surprise book as well, also based entirely on your tastes, and you just don't know what it is essentially. And every single time Hannah has nailed it. I cannot tell you how well she's nailed it. I've read 4 of the books she's sent me so far, and I cannot tell you how good they are. She has nailed this 100%, and I can't get over it, to be honest. And to make things even better, she ships internationally as well. You'll be supporting an indie bookstore if you sign up as well, which is absolutely amazing. But now you know what Full Moon subscription is, let me show you what she sent me. The first month she sent me We Are Blood and Thunder by Kessia Lupo. This one was all about 2 women trying to deal with a city where magic is feared and the dead are worshipped, and then there's also a powerful and devastating storm cloud above them. One of them has just come back to the town, the other one is outside of it, and it was so good. This was absolutely incredible. I really enjoyed it. My only thing that was a slight problem with this is that I do wish that the villain had been maybe like foreshadowed a little bit further at the beginning of the book, so it wasn't so much of like a left field plot twist. But overall I absolutely loved this and I gave it 4 stars. Then for my surprise book, Hannah sent me Bloodstained Teeth book 1, Bite Me. This one is by Christian Ward, and this is a graphic novel all about a vampire who has been turning other people into vampires for money for the last sort of few decades, and now the Vampire Council have gone, this is getting dangerous, one of them is going to let slip that vampires exist, this kind of thing, you've now got to go around and kill all of them to stop this from happening. And this was so much fun, and I mean the artwork in here, let's see if I can find a good bit that's not too sort of like violent, shall we say. There we go. This is like the artwork in here, looks very, very psychedelic and things like this, and it was just so much fun. This was just unbelievably up my alley. Like, I cannot tell you how far up my alley this was. It was vampires, it was bloody, it was gory, it was absolutely brilliant, and just Hannah nailed it. Hannah absolutely nailed it, and again, it was a 4-star read. Then for the next month, my book that I picked was Bloodstained Teeth Volume 2, because Hannah was like, I see that you really, really enjoyed the first one, do you want the second one? I was like, hell yes, give me, essentially. So she sent me this one, and this was more the same. It was more gory and all the rest of it. It was absolutely brilliant. I loved all of it. I don't know if I can show you any artwork in here. Give me a second, I'm trying to find literally anything I can show you. I'm not gonna lie, I'm struggling. I'm actually struggling. Just, no, I can't show you anything. But anyway, the artwork is more the same in here, and I still absolutely loved it. My only problem with this was that it ended too soon, and this was the end of the series, and I could have done with it being a lot longer. But apart from that, I absolutely loved it. Hannah nailed it once again, and it was a 4-star read. Then my surprise book was a little bit left field, and that was The Death of Jane Lawrence by Caitlin Starling, and this one is all about Jane Lawrence, who decides to go for a marriage of convenience just so she can carry on living her life as she wishes. But then it turns out her new husband is not exactly who she thought he was, and he's quite haunted by something, and it looks like the house is haunted and things like this, and she's trying to get to the bottom of it, this kind of thing. And I was so nervous about this one, I'm not gonna lie, because I was like, oh, I don't know if I like Gothic or anything else. I know I like the film Crimson Peak, and that this had been like compared to, but I don't know if I'm gonna like Gothic books or whatever, and I ended up loving it. Because, like I said, Hannah is a genius on these things. I don't know how she does it, but she's an absolute genius when it comes to picking what people will love and absolutely nailing it, and she did it yet again. I thought this was absolutely brilliant, and I gave it 4 stars. Then, for the final month of my rep posts, Hannah sent me The Dead Lucky, Volume 1, The Good Die Young, and this one is all about a woman who can now control electricity after an accident in Afghanistan, and she's now trying to save San Francisco from a Texan consortium, and that's all I really know. That's all I really want to know. The artwork in here is gorgeous. I am loving like the artwork in here. I'm loving like the idea of this. I should also mention, by the way, that each of these graphic novel series that I've just mentioned I've never heard of before, and Hannah managed to somehow find graphic novels that I've never heard of before, which I didn't think was possible, because I like to think I'm pretty good at like checking up on graphic novels and finding ones that I'm going to really enjoy and just finding them in general, and yet somehow Hannah managed to find ones I A, haven't heard of before, and B, really enjoyed. I don't know how she did it, but she just did it. And also I should say as well, by the way, that if you are looking into Waypoint subscriptions, if you are not a fan of any of these genres, don't worry, Hannah does tailor this entirely to you. So if you are more of like a romance reader or whatever, the choices Hannah gives you will be more romance based, or whatever it is you decide to have. And also she won't just send you a graphic novel every month. It's just the fact that I'm a massive graphic novel nerd, that's why she's sending them to me. Anyway, I'm really, really excited to read this one. I haven't yet. I am currently in the middle of the Hunger Games, so that's why I haven't read this yet, but it's next on my list. And then the other book Hannah sent me was Victory is Greater Than Death by Charlie Jane Anders, and this one is all about Tina, who is a clone of the famed alien hero, and then one day her beacon will activate, and finally her dreams of like saving the universe and adventuring among the stars possible, but it turns out her destiny is not quite as she expected, and things are far more dangerous. That's all I really know. That's all I really want to know. I am so excited to read this one, and if it's anything to go by Hannah's previous ones, I'm going to really, really enjoy both these books, and I cannot wait to read them. And there should actually be a reading vlog either coming up soon or just gone up, depending on when this video goes up. Keep an eye out for it. If it is already up, I'll link it up above. If not, it will be up soon, so keep an eye out for that. Either way, very, very excited to read both these books. Cannot wait. I am in such a sci-fi mood, so really excited to read both of these. And then I got a few things as well as ebooks and things like this, because of course I did there were sales on. All the rest of it I just decided to go for it. So first of all, in the Audible 2-for-1 sale, I got Pet by Akwaeke Emezi, which is the sequel to Bitter, which I read last month and really enjoyed. This is all about a young girl who can who lives in a paradise kind of thing, and then one day a creature comes out of her painting to say that actually things aren't actually all that good. I've heard amazing things about this one. I loved Bitter so much, so I'm really excited to read the sequel. And then the other audiobook I got was the 10th Doctor Tales. This one is a series of tales all about the 10th Doctor. It is read by David Tennant and Catherine Tate, and it's just a series of tales about the 10th Doctor and Donna, and I'm just here for this because if you can't tell, I'm a Whovian. I'm a massive Whovian. I absolutely love Doctor Who. I have been since I was a child. I started with 10, I went back to 9, don't worry, I went back to 9, and then I went through and I'm just obsessed with Doctor Who. I cried when David left the first time round. I still haven't rewatched his Regeneration episode since the day it aired. I haven't rewatched it, and I'm scared to because I will sob my heart out all over again. But I'm just ridiculously excited anyway though, because he's back. Him and Catherine Tate are back, and I am so excited for this. You have no idea. Like, it's the 60th anniversary of Doctor Who, so November's going to be spent reading all my Doctor Who books, and then also my Doctor Who graphic novels I've got down here. Watching Doctor Who and just generally loving Doctor Who. I'm so excited. So I got that because it was on sale, so I was like, right, so I can read novels and graphic novels and then listen to some audio dramas of it as well, and then also read Doctor Who magazine, because I also bought the magazines as well, because I was like, look, there's no other time David Tennant is going to be the current Doctor, as far as I know. I mean, he may come back, but I'm making the most of it now anyway, because it's 60th, David's back, Catherine's back. I'm so excited. I'm so excited for Ncuti as well, don't get me wrong, but David was my childhood, so I'm making the most of it. So when that went on sale alongside Pet, I was like, well, I'm having that, and now I'm ridiculously excited to, you know, listen to that as well in November. I may have gone overboard, but you haven't seen what I'm going to be like in November, so I apologise right now for the Whovian I'm about to become in November. But at the same time, I'm not sorry. Like at all, I'm not sorry. Then onto the ebook novels I got. The first one was Clown in a Cornfield, and this is all about a town mascot who is in the shape of a clown who goes homicidal against teenagers. It's coming up for spooky season. Hannah from Ladder M, who runs Gothtober, who I've mentioned multiple times throughout this video, has raved about this book, so I was like, I really want to give it a go. I'm not used to like horror books, but I'm slowly getting into the genre, so I wanted to check it out, and it was on sale, so I picked it up. There is also the Reanimator's Heart, and this one is all about a reluctant necromancer, a man killed before his time, and the crime that brings them together.